So, made a mistake.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me.
So last night, we killed 40% of our batteries. That's
Not normal.
way outside of normal. Way beyond normal. I left a bunch of things plugged in that I normally don't, and I should have unplugged them because we are boondocking for the next
Week.
8 days, 9 days, and so yeah, we made a mistake. So today we're running for about 6 hours, so the DC to DC is working. It is putting about, yeah. So we're already back up to 64%.
We started the morning.
At 60.
I was gonna say right either at 60 or just below. So already up to 64. We've been running for just under an hour. Under an hour, yeah.
Yeah, we've been under an hour. But you have to remember that the car is recharging its battery after the start. The car is also charging all of our electronics because we didn't plug any of those into the RV to charge. So all the phones, the machines, the everything, the
Safari that we leave back there.
Safari, which is a battery solar generator. All of that is pulling power from the car right now, in addition to the DC to DC. So the DC to DC is putting in a little less than normal, but it is normal what it is doing for what we're doing. Yeah, we'll keep you guys up to speed on how that goes, because we use the rig. We cook lunch, cook dinner, we turn the fans on, we plug all our devices in. Sometimes we'll watch a movie or TV, and yeah.
So we're looking at today. We have what, a 5 to 6 hour drive today. So we'll see where we get by the end of today. We are stopping at that time because tomorrow we want to finally get to do the Alabama battleship.
USS Alabama.
Yeah.
We've driven by there 9 or 10 times. We keep saying we're going to stop. We keep saying we're going to stop. So
yeah,
we're actually going to do that tomorrow morning. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll take you guys along with us for that.
Yes. So we're excited. That's actually something that's kind of been, if you want to call it the bucket list, we don't really do a bucket list type thing, but it's something we definitely been wanting to do for a while.
And then we have a tornado storm that's coming, and so we got to put some time in. We got to get west of Dallas by the night of the 3rd, and today is the 1st.
It does seem to be tracking more north, but to be safe.
Every time we look at the storm in the system and the live tracking, it continues to creep northeast.
Yeah.
But we're still going to try to be out of the way. We have changed our route. Instead of going I-10 to I-20 to I-40,
we're going to stay on I-10.
We're going to run I-10 all the way out, and then we're going to shoot north for, I believe it's a day and a half, 2 days, maybe 2.5 days. We're going to shoot north. So if you guys still want to put your guesses in of where we're heading to, let us know. So we're going to show you guys that you can do a whole week trip of driving and only be paying for fuel and food.
Us plan anyway.
In any of the side things you want to do. So we did screw up by killing our batteries to 40%.
Hopefully we'll be able to recover.
It's going to take a little bit longer to recover, but we think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
So
if not, you'll get to watch it happen because we will share it. But yeah, so we're driving. We started today.
Yep. We
started today just south of Ocala in Florida.
On I-75, which I-75 is lots of traffic. You guys know that if you've driven I-75. It's not I-4.
No.
But it's 75, so it's still a lot of traffic and stuff. Yeah, we'll keep you guys up to speed. If you guys are interested in our route, where there's the free freshwater, free dump stations, free overnight morning go stays, and safe locations, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll
we can share that.
we'll share everything with you guys. We don't
need to hold it.
We're definitely not RV gatekeepers because we find the good stuff isn't me. We're gonna try to keep it to ourselves.
Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche, we're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow, we can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free.
All right, guys, so we have made it to our stop for tonight. We are staying in a Bass Pro for the night. Jeremy just finished positioning the RV. We're gonna put down just our tongue jack so that the nose of the RV is up enough so that all our heads are up. Oh, hold on. Let me switch the quality.
So this is Level Mate Pro. This is why we love it. I get to drive around and basically level before we get out to level.
Which is really nice.
It's very simple. And then if you ever want to do some extra security, you do this right here.
What am I looking for?
So your tongue jack has a special fuse right here.
Oh, these are the.
You pull the 30 amp fuse and look. Nobody can mess with it. We haven't had anybody mess with it, but people are weird. So we go ahead and pull that out. We actually pull that fuse out once we get set up at a campground too, because when we put the stabilizers down, the tongue jack can't move anymore. You're gonna bend some stabilizers.
And we've got 4 little boys that
Accidentally touch stuff.
or other kids in the campground who are unsupervised. You know, all the reasons.
So yeah, we grab this, we keep it in a pocket, and then when we come out in the morning, we pop it in, raise the tongue jack, and we're out of here.
You want to talk about batteries while we're out here, or you want to wait until we get inside?
We'll get inside where it's light.
So the boys have downloaded Sky Map and are trying to find all the planets and the different constellations right now. Jeffy hasn't had his downloaded yet, but we will get it for you, won't we, buddy?
So we made it to 80%. We're already in here, so we're dropped down 1% already. But we picked up 20% in 6 hours of driving. So if we drop our usual 20% tonight, we'll be back down to 60. And then tomorrow, we'll be able to pick it back up to 80 or higher again. And so that's the benefit of a DC to DC charger. when you don't plug in at night, you just let the car or truck, the tow vehicle, do the work and put the power in. So
No generator needed.
no generator needed. Good morning. So this is typical for us. So we were at 85 last night. We're at 61 this morning. That's pretty typical for us boondocking to lose 20% overnight. Don't forget, we cook, which means we also run the fans because there's 6 of us. Sometimes we'll cut the AC on for a little bit, but the water pump is on. We do run our red LED lights under the RV. They're critter lights. They do work for us. We've never had an issue. After our drive today, we should be back at 80 and then 60, and then the next day we're actually going to double our drive time, which means we should hit 100%. But you can do this. We're going a week across the country basically with just a DC to DC charger. The solar panels are just going into the 12-volt system to run the fridge as backup, because we're a family of 6 and we can't afford to lose the food in the fridge because we buy for 2 weeks at a time. So our setup for batteries is unique. Just going around and checking all the lights. Our new LED lights in the back. I love them. We were driving behind an RV the other night and had the same tail lights as the original ones on here, and you could barely see them. So I wanted to upgrade those, so they are LEDs now, and they're super bright. I do have one more light to fix. The dealership did a horrendous job before we bought it. That top center light doesn't work, and they just gooped, absolutely gooped, like clear RTV or something on there. It was horrible. But anyway, I'll get that squared away. But I'm going around this morning, as I always do, checking the tires, checking the pressures, making sure everything is still good, looking at the windows, the bolts, the nuts, the screws, the lights, the awning, the everything. Just going around looking at everything, making sure everything's good to go. We have a very short drive this morning because we're gonna go see the USS Alabama right here in Mobile. The boys are super excited. We're excited. We've driven by this too many times without stopping, so it's time.
So we've made it to the USS Alabama. We are finally going to actually stop this time. Usually we drive through here and we're in a rush to get where we're going, and we don't ever stop. So this morning we are going to take the time to explore, and
they got a lot more things here than just the USS Alabama.
yeah, so we're pretty excited. We've got a war nut behind me who's super excited.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
So it's $30 to bring your RV. They have special RV parking away from all the cars, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And one adult ticket is included in that. And they have gazebos and pavilions and little grills, so you can come in here and have lunch and grill. And there's trash cans. And is there water?
I see a spigot. So this area right here that we're currently driving is where the RVs park. You park along the edge here. And she said to pull all the way around the big loop and park on that side of it.
They want everybody to stack up.
Yep. So we're first here.
First in, first out, and make sure you leave room.
Yeah, don't block your neighbors in.
Don't block your neighbors in because they might have to back up. And some people with RVs don't have cameras like us. We don't have cameras in the back. So we'll just have to get out and look if somebody parks behind us, depending on how it is up here, if we get curbed in or if we just get to go.
This parking lot is gated closed at night, so it's not gonna have...
Yeah, you can't stay here overnight for sure.
Yeah, which is why we stayed at the Bass Pro, which was right across the bridge, which was a really good option for us because it is now 8 o'clock. We got here right at opening.
We really enjoyed our time. the USS Alabama Memorial Park, there is way more than just the USS Alabama to see. We don't want to spoil the trip for you guys. We want to encourage you guys to get out and see it. So we have some clips of it.
But we're not going to share everything.
Just enough to get you guys interested in going. But we're definitely not going to ruin the whole thing for you. The USS Alabama, finally here to see ya. Oh, and all the tanks and airplanes and everything that goes with it.
So it is a bit windy and a bit chilly out this morning. So we all got our sweatshirts on.
Hello! The warnut is coming.
He's reading the placard.
We are going in the SS Alabama!
And everything that goes with it.
And it was in World War II!
What do you think, bud?
Awesome!
Is it as cool as you thought it would be?
This is awesome!
Just a quick sneak peek of the USS Drum control room. This place is pretty cool. We're getting ready to go into a super dark tunnel under the bay on I-10. So we'll
Continue on I-10 West for 110 miles.
that's exactly what we're gonna do. Catch you guys in a little bit.
Oh, come on, fill the tunnel. Under the bay now?
Tell that we're driving down.
We're driving way down under the bay.
We're under the bay now. We also made ears.
GPS says our car's in the middle of the water.
So there are tunnels that go underwater.
This is one of them.
Is there a clear one?
I don't know if there's any that are like you can see through it.
Scanning on, get all good. Uncle David can. I don't know. Uncle. Okay, stop panting.
Hey, we got an RV that caught up right behind us. They have kayaks on the roof of their truck, not bikes. And I'm wondering if their bikes are in the bed.
Possibly. Probably.
This is a really cool interchange right here in Mobile. Lots of bridges, lots of water, there's tunnels.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of cool stuff to see everywhere.
So we have stopped here at the Alabama Welcome Center. Interstate's right there. They do have a dump station here. So if you are boondocking like we are, it is a free dump station to use.
They don't actually have any fresh water in the RV spaces. Our filters are good enough that we can get this water, but we're not sure that we want to get this water. We'll see. I haven't decided yet.
Watch the fire ants in this area.
We should take the time to reorganize that while we're here and get all the stuff we need for the rest of the trip on top.
You should. I agree. So would you like me to film you reorganizing our
Yeah, why not? I haven't touched anything yet, so I can still... I haven't touched
Well,
anything
you
yet.
touched that, but still. Over there, away from the ants, yeah. That's the last thing we need in the RV is fire ants. So this is the bin that we use for our black tank. Not all our hoses are in here. We do have a couple that live in the bumper of the RV. But this is...
This one normally lives in the bumper, but there hasn't been space, so...
It hasn't... It keeps popping one of the ends out.
actually going to flush our black tank. Use this because this is my actual hose that we use.
That's the hose we prefer to use when we're just dumping and going. So, these are all of the different apparatuses that we have. But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna make sure that our tanks are empty. We prefer to keep our black tank as empty as possible. So if there is a free spot for us to dump our tanks, we do. We did only have last night, so there should not be much in the tank. But yesterday when we dumped before going to Boondock, we did not get a chance to flush the tank. We just dumped what was in there. So that's a big reason why we're stopping here. But yeah, if we come across the free RV dumps, usually if we've even done one night, we'll go ahead and dump. That way we are set for as long as possible.
So we will dump after one night because our rig is so light that moving the water to a different tank on the tongue or in the very back, it makes a very big difference in how the trailer drives. So
yeah,
we'll stop often and dump the tanks if we get an opportunity to.
Like when we're boondocking, I actually try not to use the kitchen sink at all or let water go into that tank at all, because it really affects the way that our RV behaves on the road, because the front tank is well before the axles. So it moves our tongue weight, it shifts the amount of weight front to back. So Jeremy has finished emptying the front tank, which really didn't have a whole lot in it. Oh, you're moving. It's moving.
Don't touch.
I was going to put my shoe on it. I guess not. Yes, sir. So now we're dumping the black tank, and since we've got the spigot here, we are going to flush our tank. Just to keep it flowing.
Sorry we didn't pick up the camera last night. It was
Late.
8, and we were doing everything we could to get to the west side of Houston. We did make it into Katy, Texas, which means we missed the big storm and Monday morning traffic going through Houston.
Yeah, thankfully. Because Houston's under construction right now on I-10. And I would not have wanted to do that in the rain and in traffic. So.
Yeah, today's going to be a long day. We're going to try to put in 10 or 12. So our DC to DC charger brought our battery bank up to 85% by the time we stopped, and it was just a 6-hour drive. We were 65 this morning when we left. So with the long drive today, we expect to be at 100 or really close to 100, which means we're basically resetting.
Yep, thankfully, because we're getting ready to have less length of drive days. Once we get to New Mexico and to Arizona, our plan is to do a little bit more sightseeing and a lot less driving.
We're just kind of bombing through Texas. Once we make it into New Mexico, there's lots of stuff to do and see. So
yeah, there's not a whole lot out here in the middle of nowhere, Texas. So that's where we're at right now. You can still see the storm around us that's heading back towards Houston. It's not dropping anything here, but it's definitely cloudy and gloomy today. So it'll be a long day.
Long travel day.
And if you'll notice, Jeremy's not in the car with us. We just ran out of gas.